Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. We're going to keep moving on with our social media campaigns. Remember, we're working on the hashtag 1GP social media campaign for the school district here. I left everything up on the front board so you can take a look at it again in case you wanted to see. This is from my second hour yesterday, but I have it up there in case you wanted to see what we said. Overall, we're kind of some of the themes with issues that currently face or that our district faces, both like in terms of how North and South interact with each other, maybe things that outside people might see, and then also too, what are some of the strengths, some of the good things that are going on in our district that we might be able to showcase. And I just want to remind you that the reason why I wanted us to do this project in particular, rather than like a Norseman Pride deal, is because we do the Norseman Pride pretty well already, and I think that we have a unique opportunity here to make the district look good, and by default, that also makes us look good because we're the ones that are kind of stepping forward to help promote and showcase as a whole this united Grosse Pointe, which from a competitive standpoint, when you're looking at business, the business aspect of things, will make us more competitive with other school districts that offer similar services. So I'm really excited for us to get started with this. First hour is a little bit further ahead with the actual startup. Second hour, you're going to be able to walk through these first couple steps. First hour, just bear with me for a second here. If you go into your Google Classroom, click on the About section and scroll down to the bottom of the social media section. There's a document here called 2.4 Social Media Campaign Plan. This is a template we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and click this open. Actually, I already had it open. The first thing I need you to do, and you can pause this video, somebody from your group needs to make a copy of this. So you're going to click on File, Make a Copy, and you're just going to rename this Social Media Campaign. I'll show you what an example would look like. Social Media Campaign Plan. And I want you to put your hour. So for example, if you're first hour, group 1, put your hour dash your group number, just like that. Okay, you're going to go ahead, click OK, create that. You're going to share it with all the people in your group. And I'd also like you to share it with me as well. So my email's up on the board. It's mccarrsplain@gpschools.com, not the S2. So click on this one, and my face will pop up next to it. That's the right one. And I need access to be able to see that because I'm going to be looking through these tonight to give you guys some feedback remotely. That'll get you to, in better shape for tomorrow. So once you've shared that, what I'm going to have you do is, I'm going to close out of this, type in your group members' names right in here. You can do one per row, so you'll type your group members' names in here. This is kind of your overview of the campaign. The first thing that we need to do, yesterday we were taking a look at kind of what you might want to focus on in this campaign and what you might want to try to showcase. So maybe you're helping to promote unity between North and South. Great. Maybe you're looking at trying to draw the private school students that live in Grosse Pointe to come to our district instead of come to the public schools instead of going to a private school. Awesome. Maybe you're trying to promote our school district to people that are looking for a place to shop, young families. You can do that too. Whatever you want to focus on is fine, but you have to have a clear purpose statement. So the idea behind a purpose statement is, and I put it over here as kind of a guiding question, what is the purpose of your campaign, i.e., which is like in other words, what do you want to achieve? So your purpose statement should be written something like, it can be maybe like 3-4 sentences to say, this is what we're going to do and this is why. Okay, so I'm going to look at purpose statement. We're going to launch a social media campaign intended to create greater unity within the school district because then that will give us the ability to better market ourselves to other communities or families or whatever it might be, something along those lines. So as a group, I want you to come up with this purpose statement. When you're done with that, you're going to create 3 specific goals that you're going to be moving towards throughout your social media campaign. So the idea with specific goals, and I gave you a link right here. This is actually a great site to use. This is Hootsuite. Mrs. Fannin actually talked about this yesterday. Helps a lot with social media and trying to do all of the coordinating and logistics and things like that. So when you write your goals, it says make sure that they're super specific. And here's some great examples. A not specific goal will be, I'll use social media to increase awareness. That's not very specific. If it's not specific, you're not going to be able to reach it because you won't know exactly what you're pushing for. Making it specific would be something like, I will create a campaign of hashtag contests on Twitter to increase awareness. So maybe you end up going something along that route. That's fine. You can do contests. You can do like, send us your pictures or whatever it might be. The doors are wide open on this. We saw 8 examples of social media campaigns. You can draw on any of their ideas. You can even add ideas of your own, and that's fine. Here's another example. I will increase my reach and engagement on social media. That's so vague that you won't even know when you've accomplished that. Instead, it says, I aim to increase my reach by 100 followers a week and answer all questions through Twitter within 24 hours. That's a very achievable goal because there's a benchmark. You know what to shoot for. So you need to come up with 3 specific goals, and they have to relate to your purpose, but these are kind of breaking that purpose down into 3 different distinct parts. So for example, if you're doing unity, you might say, we want to unify the 2 ends of the school district so that way we're more marketable, things like that. Great. At least 3 goals. So you could have a goal that says, we want to engage community members from both ends of the district 20 times a week, sending in pictures. That's a specific goal. Okay, so something along those lines. Once you guys have decided and done these together, and this is the key thing, together, okay, we're going to be looking for who's working and who's not. The next thing you're going to do is choose what sites you're going to use. Mrs. Fannin told us that we already have a school district Facebook and Twitter account. You can elect to use those, and that's fine, but you'd have to add a 3rd one at least. You might even do 4. Okay, doing 4 doesn't mean that you have to do more posts. You'll just have more sites in which you can post them. So if you think that 4 is better, by all means, go right ahead and do that. You could even go a totally different way, but like, we're going to do ours via Instagram and Tumblr and Vine, and that's cool too. As long as you can justify why you're doing them, which you'll do in the mission statement. So in the mission statement, I gave you an example. So let's say that I'm using a site, let's just say it's Facebook. My mission statement will say, we will use Facebook for whatever specific reason you're choosing Facebook for. So that kind of links back to when we did our social media assignment. What features does it offer that makes it a good tool to use in order to do this? So that's kind of the format I'm looking for all these. We will use this network for this specific purpose in order to accomplish this. And those can link back to your goals, right? Maybe if you have a picture-based goal, you have Instagram. So you're saying we will use Instagram for users to post their own pictures in order to help promote visual awareness of the facilities, whatever it might be. So today you're going to fill in all 3 of these. And then once you've done that, you can start figuring out and kind of breaking down your content a little bit more. So you also need to think about, and this is what you're going to write in your notebooks. So you'll do all this first. Then you're going to work in your notebooks as a group. You need to have a discussion about what content are you going to focus on. So if you're choosing to showcase academics, you need to think about what within academics are we focusing on? Are we focusing on graduation rates? Are we taking a look at our AP scores? Are we taking a look at our ACT scores, our SAT scores? Are we looking at the quantity of AP courses that we have available? Are we looking at unique programs that are academic that other districts or other private schools might not offer? You need to kind of hone in and figure out what you're going to be working on. So that's going to be the next step. So you're going to make a list of content. If I were you, actually, I would recommend this. If you put your list of content somewhere over here, you can just type in like content. These are the subjects that we're going to, I can't even spell content one-handed. These are the subjects we're going to include. If you make a list here, I'll be able to see it and give you guys feedback. In general, a couple of reminders and notes over here. You're going to be creating a 2-week-long social media campaign. You can choose whenever those 2 weeks are in the year. You can say, we can launch this at any point in the year, and that's fine. You could say, we're doing this specifically during homecoming season in the fall for the high schools. That's fine too. So it's up to you guys. You got to pick whichever 2-week window you want. Your content needs to focus on promoting your campaign goals. So all of your content has to relate back to your purpose statement and your campaign goals. I don't have the rubric finished yet, but that's what I'm looking for, is does the content of your message, do the messages themselves help accomplish the goal and fulfill the purpose that you've defined? There's a couple of suggestions, reminders for when you're constructing your posts here, so make sure that they make sense without context, okay? I don't want to, as a user, see a tweet that doesn't make sense unless I read the previous 12 tweets, right? It has to make sense on its own. You're going to use 2 to 3 hashtags, mentions, or links maximum, right? We're not going to hashtag the crap out of it, hashtag. And then each post has to have a very clear purpose, right? So again, that'll be found if you link it back to these somehow, then you'll have a really clear purpose. Overall, you need to use at least 3 sites. So down here, you have to use at least 3. You could do 4 if you wanted to. You're going to end up, we'll focus on this last part later. You're going to come up with some sample posts. We'll talk about that when I come back on Monday. If for some reason you're ready and you've done all of this and you figured out your content, what you're going to include, do the research, figure out what facts you're going to share, what maybe awards, events, promotions, whatever else is going on. Figure out, I make a giant list. These are all the things we want to include in our tweets or our posts, whatever they are. tomorrow, if you have time today, you can start this, but tomorrow we're going to be working on actually crafting these messages. So I'll have a separate video kind of walking you through this, and if you're ready for it, you can take a look at that. But for now, the overview needs to be finished today, because I'm going to be walking on and taking a look at them tonight. I'm going to give you feedback, so that way you can improve and enhance tomorrow, because we do not have a lot of time. We need to be done by Tuesday of next week, because Wednesday is Judge Day. So make sure everybody's working. During our group projects, you are evaluated on the product, which will be your campaign and presentation. You are also equally evaluated in the 21st century skills. And if you're not contributing to your group, you can totally tank those 21st century skills and end up with a 50% on this project, which is a substantial portion of your grade. So make sure that you're contributing to your groups, be good group team members, and we will see you tomorrow and on Monday.